in a paper I've written somewhere, I cannot find it, I was looking for it if I can remember where it is, something which explains the origin of the heating of the planet. How Earth is part of the book number 4. How you create the heating. Why the heating is only surface deep on the layer. The reason for this is important if you people understand who work with the heating elements, because part of the division of the Keshe Foundation, the organization we work with, they are only in heating emergency heaters for the homes. That's one of the reasons we merged the companies, was that they were looking for a free energy for their new energy heaters, and we could understand the other way. But to understand how do you create heat, why the heat is only a few meters from this planet. We saw this in a very simple way. If you look at the Earth creates gravitational magnetic field in a plasma state. The environment around the Earth is the plasma state too, our atmosphere. Where does the heating come from? The heating comes only by at the point of the matter state, just on the surface. The heating inside the Earth is due to this process. It's two different heating. The heating inside the Earth is due to interaction of gravitational magnetic field forces, which in interaction of different plasmas, what we call lava, and the central field materials create the heating. But the heating on the surface of the Earth and all the planets, where here is your solid state, just a tiny surface, is at a point where gravitational magnetic field of the center in interaction with the gravitational field of the atmosphere with the separation of the matter state which creates the heating. It's the Earth solid layer interaction which creates the heating. And nothing else. It's the plasma inside coming out in the interaction with the plasma, which is the atmospheric plasma, and at the point of the interface is where your heating takes place. The difference is so much that it needs, was it 10,000, 4,000, whatever meters for the heating to be at the temperature we can live at 5 or 10 or 20 degrees. Because the temperature inside, or what I call the magnetic field strength inside, does not change. So the surface doesn't change either here. The only thing changes is the strength of the plasma, which is the plasma of the sun. As it interacts, it decides if it's 100 degrees or 20 degrees or 50 degrees. You got to understand the difference. And if you understand this, it should be very easy for most of you to create a very simple system. A coil, nano-coated with a GaNs on it, then add a matter state like an aluminum foil, and then put another, what do you call it? Another coil outside it. If you get the ratio of the strength the right way, you made yourself a heating element. The problem is the GaNs state of strength and how you do it. You've seen this operation with the beads with Alex. What have you done? You had the, can we get rid of this fly somehow? Where is Armin? Our expert catcher is not here today. you put the element inside, you put the guns, you put the, what do you call it? You put the tissue paper, then you added the aluminum foil, and then you added your coil on two ends. If you look, without you understanding, you already are doing the same, but you're not getting the ratio right. If you get the ratio right, if you be able to create, understand what you're doing. This is this one here, this one here, the center one is the center of the earth. Here, the green is the plasma here, what we call magma. Here is one separation, aluminum foil outside is the layer of the earth, the solid layer of the earth. And all you do, you transfer the energy, you take the energy when you slow down. If you can design a system that at this point, you don't take the energy away, but at this point, in respect to create another atmosphere around it, that it releases heat, you have made a plasma system, heat system. It's very easy to make. It's just developing it that we can use it. But the only difference is, what is in our research, is when you're holding this in your hand or this in your hand, the atmosphere stays the same. The cups, the plates feel the same, but you feel the heat in your blood. You feel the warmth in your blood. People who hold these units in their hands, they tell you, I'm warm. Because the minute you hold with your fingers in your hand, the energy transfer to your hand is through gas state. Automatically your body feels warm. Then you can literally connect the wrist to your hand. I want to be at 20 degrees today, warm and nice. You walk around 20 degrees. We've seen this. It's not a theoretical.